You know about JCBW wrestling? Now see how it all began. Welcome to JCBW Origins.
Greetings everyone, this is APS for the rockandroll100fm.com. Now what I am working on right now is a collection of my first JCBW shows. They started out in 1999, December the 2nd, 1999. The first episode you're going to see is from 1999 and it's from December the 2nd. And it has the time clock on there, the time stamp on it. What I have done is I have edited some of it out because the wrestling matches didn't film too well. So I took them out and I've just left the interviews. It was mostly interviews and I think I had a couple of matches in it. I'm going to recreate the matches eventually with the game simulation. But this episode here, and I'm doing a series called the JCBW Origins. And this will be the first episode for JCBW Origins. I'm going to try to bring back the JCBW with the Xbox. I may film the scenes just like I'm filming this with on the television. That means you'll see the PlayStation there and the cords at times. I'm going to try to clean the screen area out where I don't capture that. But this particular one, like you can see the WWE 19 and the remote right there at the beginning of it when it first starts. Now I moved this stuff when I realized that it's filming. But the first scene has that in it. I'm going to try to move all that stuff out of my viewing area because I have hard trouble capturing DVD or recording or video with my computer because it is a very small computer. It is a tablet computer and it doesn't have a lot of energy to run all this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start recording my scenes for the JCBW with the phone, just like I did this first episode. Now I'm going to explain a little bit of things about 1999. 1999 is 22 years old. I'm 44 now. And when I was a kid, I always had this dream of taking like my Star Wars figures and my He-Man figures, really my He-Man figures and my Star Wars figures, and making a television show with it. But in 1999, I didn't have my He-Man figures. I didn't have my Star Wars figures. So I had some of those newer ones they made. But I was really into wrestling. I mean, I grew up watching wrestling. I grew up watching Ric Flair there. Ric Flair and Billy Kidman are two of my favorite wrestlers, along with James Storm of TNA history, TNA fame. My favorite wrestlers were always Ric Flair. Hogan and Flair and Rey Mysterio and Kidman were big parts of my show. Rey Mysterio, I liked him too. That goes for you people who call me a racist. I was a big fan of Rey Mysterio. Now, he's a Mexican. He's on the first episode you're going to see here in just a few minutes. As soon as I start this, you're going to see most of the whole entire episode of the first JCBW. But here was me in 1999. I had started collecting the action figures because I started watching Billy Kidman's, who got me back in wrestling again. I'd got away from wrestling for a few years, from 94 to 98, late 98. And then about Halloween Havoc 1998, I started watching the month before, September, but we bought the pay-per-view, the Halloween Havoc. And then I started watching wrestling and I started buying the action figures. Well, in December, finally for the first time, they had marked them down significantly. Like camcorders are really expensive, but in 1999 they started coming down some. So December I bought me a camcorder and I thought, Well, I got all these wrestling action figures, and it was always my dream to make a TV show with action figures. So I started recording my action figures with the DVD, with the, not DVD, the VHAC, actually, those little tapes, you know, the ones that were the little tapes. I know it's stupid because I wasn't really that much of an adult. I'm not really an adult now at 44, but at 22, I was a kid. But I was sort of like a big kid. So I filmed my action figures, and I did that from off and on, like usually around every December. It was funny, I'd usually pick up in December. There's sometimes I was off, and I didn't do it in December. Most of the time I did it from December to about January or something. Then I'd quit and I'd start again. I done it from 1999 to 2003, and I'm going to try to make episodes for all those. This is the first episode you'll be watching today. So I hope you enjoy it. It's kind of boring at times. This is the very first time I ever recorded anything with a camcorder. So it's probably as good as it is. It probably should be what it is. Now, this eventually became the JCBW in 2009, when I decided to bring it back in Halloween. I did the Halloween show, and then I did the November show, which brought Obama into it, which was the new communist dictator, where Ric Flair was my old communist dictator. Now, the thing about all this Russian collusion, you'll hear later on in the show what I'm talking about. I was basically predicting the future with this damn thing, because when you hear what I'm talking about, and when Ric Flair, as this character builds, you're hearing him start it here with the very first episode. He gets on a roll. He starts taking over the company and everything with his communist dictator. Anyways, we'll go to this first footage here, and you'll see the very first episode of what became JCBW Madness. APS signing out. I know this is crazy. Hope you enjoy it.
Hello, you bitch. Welcome to the first ever WCW Madness. Yeah, you bitch. And I am your commentator. I am Ray Ray. I've got to get a guest here. What's your name? I'm Scott Hall. Well, that's our first segment, yeah, WCW Madness. And I'm your bitchin' host, like I said, and commentator. What are we going to do? Interviews. We're going to do wrestling matches, a lot of other things. So be sure to stick around. Yeah, bitch. And by the way, the CD in the background is called Alice in Chains. And it's that first album. Okay, here we are with our interview section today. And I have a special guest for me today. And it's Ric Flair. Woo! What do you have to say for us today? Woo! I'm the president of the company. I'm the president of the world. I am the communist dictator. Woo! 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 What did you say? I said, I'm the communist dictator. Please don't get up from the table. We're supposed to do a professional interview here. Woo, I don't care whether we're supposed to do a professional interview or not, because I'm the one that pays the bills. Last I checked, you wasn't running this company. Woo, what are you talking about? I am too. You don't think I'm running this company? You don't think I'm running this company? Woo! I'm the president of the world. I am the communist dictator. Woo! Woo! Woo!
crazy.
Woo! 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 Back, and we had to leave the interview session because it got a little bit out of hand. But, you know, we're working on that right now. Goldberg's going to be coming up to speak in a little while. So we're going to go back to the fade here for a minute, and we'll be back with Goldberg. The session was messed up, but I'm here with Billy Kidman. We had a wrestling match earlier today, and you won, didn't you? Yeah, I did. Who were you wrestling? I was wrestling, just going from. You ever see yourself up for the world heavyweight title one of these days? I guess. I done won it once. Brett took it away from me. Bret Hart. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember I was your referee. But anyway, you ain't gonna get it as long as I'm here, because I have intentions to get it back. I smell butt. Red Hot Chili Peppers is playing in the background. I guess I'm okay to say that since Curly's the one who owns this show. What do you think about the powers that be? Powers that be suck. They suck, you know what, if you know what I'm saying. I can't say it on this show, so I'll get in trouble. We're not paid to lounge here, kid. I've noticed you've been lounging here since the moment we got on the air. I know. I don't feel like setting up today. No, I'm just going to kick back and relax, because we don't have to wrestle on this show. All we do is do interviews and all that other stuff. Well, okay, I'm going to turn it back over to Ray. Well, hello, yeah, bitch. And I'm back. And I'm going to give you an update on Scott Hall. Scott Hall was rushed to the hospital after the attack from Flair because he had some head injuries and stuff. We hope they're okay because, you know, they're interviewer here on the show. But since we don't have them to do interviews, Raven is stepping in to do interviews since Raven is not really wrestling here right now, only working as a cameraman. But today, Raven's setting in to do the interviews. What else? Oh, powers that be suck. You know what I'm saying? They've turned the shows into garbage, and we don't like it. So we're also here to protest this because it's our show, you know. Because Curly sponsors the Curly Resner Company, and we're allowed to say whatever we want to say about the powers that be. So I'm just going to let you know right there. And now, I'm going to go to the interview section, and we'll be back in a minute with Raven from the interview section. What about? We're here to the interview section, but what about me? I'm mad about it because I don't want to do interviews. I don't want to be the cameraman. What about I've got here standing with me, Hulk Hogan? And what about Hulk? What about Raby Baby? Glad to see you back, Raby Baby. You know me and Horace missed you. What about? Why y'all call me Raby Baby? Are y'all gay? I'm not going to answer that, Raby Baby. You know I'm not gay. What reasons would I have to be gay, Raby Baby? What about? I don't know. What about I figured maybe you are gay? She always called me Raby Baby. What about my name's Raven? Name it Raby Baby. Well, anyway, what about it, Raby? We're glad to see you back. We missed you. But anyway, I got news. I got news for everybody who thinks NWO is gone. NWO is NWO for life. Got that? Raby Baby, look at the shirt. NWO for life, Raby Baby. Not that yellow Hulk Hogan. That's junk. You know what I'm saying? And the powers that be are a lump of dog doo-doo. They ain't worth a damn. You got that? Got that, everybody out there watching this? Ravy baby, everybody included. Kisses from NWO. Now I'm walking off from here. What about? That leaves time for me to talk for myself. What about me? What about Raven? Does anybody ever acknowledge how Raven feels about this? No, they never asked Raven what Raven thinks. Raven was sent here to do stupid interviews. What if I didn't want to do the stupid interview? What about me? What about Raven? Quote for Raven, I will have the heavyweight title. I will. And what about when I get it? What about I'll be the best one ever. What about got that? Hey, we're getting close to closing out the show, and I got with me right here, Ric Flair, a communist dictator, Ric Flair. Woo! The Four Horsemen is fixing to ride. We don't care if NWO is about back. Woo! I don't anyway. Just woo! I, the president of the world. I am the communist, the dictator. I'm the rider of all the four horses. Woo! And as you see, that man is crazy. That man is a complete lunatic. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess it's time we close out the show for today. We're going to go through a little bit of, or we're going to roll a video. So here we go.
Okay, everyone, I am doing a special match for the new JCBW Origins. Now, this wasn't necessarily a recreation of a match that was on the actual show, but it is Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan. And as I told you in the beginning, I chose Halloween Havoc because that was the very first pay-per-view I bought in 1998. I don't remember if I bought Fall Brawl or not. I don't remember. I might have bought Fall Brawl, but I did buy the Halloween Havoc. And it was over that year that I bought the action figures, and I started, when I got the camcorder, I decided to do that show that I wanted to do as a kid with my Star Wars and He-Man action figures in the 80s. But I did it in 1999, so let's get this thing started. And I'm going to have to touch the controller every once in a while to keep it from going idle. Because I done tried to record this match once. So here we go, we're going to get started. This is Hogan versus Flair. Must have zoomed it too hard because I can't get it in the full screen. I've got this selfie stick out to make it easier.
Singles action is underway, and in this one, I wouldn't attempt to predict what's going to happen. I'd just be ready for anything. Sometimes that's all you can do. The Nature Boy may be flashy with his robes and struts, but he's also all business in that
back out.
I can point to at least 16 times he's proven that.
Well, I can't zoom out.
Byron calf crushers in, cinched in, nowhere to go. Boom, what impact. What a stomp.
I got the can't find it. There we go.
You gotta believe this one's over. Looking to end this thing. Can they step through? Yes. If you look up the word champion in the dictionary, there should be a full... He backs out. He's not done just yet, Michael. Harsh impact. Oh, man. Oh, nasty impact.
Like I said, I'm going to bring back the JCBW. I'm going to film the matches exactly like this, and I don't know if I'll always use the Xbox. I may not. I may just stick with my WCW Hardcore Revolution that I used for years for the show. We'll see. I'm working on the characters right now, and as you know, I just got this game the other day, so I've only got one character made, and it is my Chelsea Bozowood. I like that Halloween Havoc mat that they made for this game. I like the whole entire ring, especially up there where the graves and stuff are at that you can throw people at and throw people against.
Sometimes momentum has a way of permanently swinging one way. That's what he wants to avoid here.
Try to keep it on the TV screen. Although I caught part of my posters there. You see Hinder there in the background. Now, I'm actually recording these in 480 because the videos are so heavy, so big, I can't deal with them. So they've been recorded in 480. It looks like Flair did some kind of. I'm just gonna touch the controller every once in a while. Maybe I won't do anything to it. Woo!
You have to like his chances here. Now Ric Flair needs to capitalize on this opportunity.
Woo! Woo! 3 or 4.
Talk about a painful move. He's on his heels.
Now what I'm going to do with Origins is I'm going to try to just record WCW matches. I'm going to try to recreate the ones that actually happened in the show. This one didn't actually happen in the first show. Indeed, the first match was, and I'm doing this off memory, I looked at it the other day, I believe it was Billy Kidman, Disco Inferno, and
there he goes, crashing to the floor.
Scott Steiner. I'm pretty sure that was who it was. But I didn't take much of that match because the matches didn't turn out too well because I had to hold the camera with one hand and fight the action figures with the other. So they didn't always turn out too good. But at least with the game simulation, you can just watch it and then commentate if you want to commentate. Most of my stuff I didn't do down commentation, and it looks like Flair's going for a pin. 2, 3. Yeah, Flair wins. Ric Flair won for the first match here for JCBW Origins or WCW Madness. Using the Halloween Havoc simulation, Ric Flair. Thank you for watching. That's the first episode of JCBW Origins. I'll have some more in the future. As you see Flair's gimmick build, you'll see how much he was the communist dictator of the JCBW or WCW Madness. Woo! 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 There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first match, and this is the first episode. APS, signing off. RockandRoll100FM.com. AnthonyPhillipsStone.com. I'm working on RockandRoll100FM.com right now. I'm even going to put a spike for the JCBW because I'm going to try to bring it back this year. Going into the year 2020. I'm going to try not to make it so political. But we'll see. APS, signing off. JCBW Origins. WCW Madness. December 2nd, 2000. In 2019, it will be 20 years old.